Hopefully we see a nice close race today. Hopefully no early trolling. First thing we want to look out for here is whether the runners grab the PC potion. And we're off. Kyle off to a good start, Mash is slightly better. And back to that even. So we'll see, my tip is that both runners do end up going for the PC potion. Definitely a strat that we wanted to go for that safety on the first fight, and we do see both runners take the potion. And this way, PC did. This is we're still in the group stages. This is Decon's final game of the groups, and Kylo's second game, with the Gunna v Kylo matchup still being needing to be played, and the Gunna v Decon match, well, the Gunna v Decon and Gunna v Kylo matches still need to be played out for this group to be completed. But current standings, Decon is 2-0, the Bomb 1-1, Gunna just with the 1 loss, and Kylo with the 1 loss. So anything can happen currently in this group still, but Decon in a very good position right now. And we see both runners starting to rival. Who gets the turn 1 growl is the question here. And for those that haven't run Red or watched many Red runs, this can be what is generally regarded as the trolliest fight, which is why this fight is often reset heavily. Luckily, this fight is very early on in the run. It's one of the fights that can lose the most time, and especially 2 minutes into a run, if you're losing 20 seconds, it's very easy to just reset for a good fight here, and a lot of runners in attempts choose to just reset for 4 or 5 turn fights. Didn't see stats for either runner, so still unsure whether they have good special. Having a good special Squirtle is pretty important for the Brock fight. If your Squirtle has 11 special, or 13 special level 8, it will 3-shot both the Geodude and Onyx on Brock, whereas 12 special at 6 or 14 at 8 will 2-shot both, so makes the Brock fight a lot faster and safer. Bad special on Brock will mean that you can get an unavoidable death to short bide. Looking like Decon picking up experience. Both runners were tied leaving the lab, but Kylo pushing ahead, not taking experience on the way up, I don't believe. Kylo opting for the yellow grass, most likely because he hasn't got experience, so he wants to take the most amount of steps to ensure that he does indeed get an encounter he can kill for experience. We'll most likely see Decon skip the yellow grass here because he does have experience already, which he does. Another thing you'll notice, both runners will be talking to Oak either from the side or from behind. Ooh, Decon going for the talking to Oak from the right-hand side. Does lose about a second and a half. But going for the swag points there. That's a new one. So we're counting that as a swag point. Calling me out, saying it would be from the left or behind. Decon just proving me wrong. Kylo getting encountered. Does he need to kill us for experience? No, he does. He does already have his experience, okay. So Kylo 1's actually a pretty solid pace right now. This could be about a 7 flat knit around, and looking like it'll be a little bit higher than that with this encounter. Maybe he didn't get experience. He may have, I may have missed, but he may have failed to run from an encounter earlier, which is why he may have taken that 3 damage. That makes a bit more sense. And gets the 3-step on the last tile. Ooh. Bottom mart. Decon pulling out all the stops here. And it looks like we do see Decon going to the FFEF minute here. Doesn't get NPC trolled and does swap his balls up to slot 1. Does want the balls in slot 1 for muscle memory. And it looks like Kylo is going for the slightly worse Nidoran. And we also see the swap here from Kylo, both wanting to be able to keep their muscle memory the same. Decon going for one of the less seen variants of the Winip, and does fail that one. I believe that is IGT. Not a good start for Decon there, and Kylo, no issues with his Winip. Does not get IGT'd. So we'll see if this was in fact IGT from Decon. Gets it the second time around. So don't think that was IGT, just must have made a movement error on the Manip. So that sets him back a little bit. Would have had maybe a 20-second lead on Kylo, but is now very close, probably less than 5 seconds between the two runners right now. Kylo leading with his slightly worse Nidoran. Both opting for the tree potion, although they both still have their PC potion. Interesting decision there. Just opting for the extra safety. This will probably mean both runners will opt to take late Mart rather than early Mart, because they will not have that issue of no potions for Brock. Which is a regular occurrence if you're not taking 2 early potions. And Decon getting that first step encounter in the forest. Very unlucky. Forest encounter rate is very low. It's I think 10 in 256 per tile. And Kylo also getting an early encounter. Don't often see too many forest encounters because there are a lot of tiles in the forest that don't generate encounters. So if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of the forest tile sprites, one of the sprites has a flower in the bottom right corner, and those indicate tiles that can't generate encounters. Decon getting a Pikachu here. Gets away safely. It is possible to not be able to run there. Get Thundershock Paralyze, that can end runs. And it's not something you can play around. And we see both runners on the weak fight here. Not having too many issues as so far. Kylo missing the 4 shots. And Decon gets the 4 shot. So both runners within a few seconds of each other, neither getting poisoned. Both will have to potion for Brock, but not an issue, as they both have 2 potions. Kylo with that 3 encounter forest. Very unlucky. Decon just the 2 encounter forest. But seeing a combined 5 encounters in the forest is extremely unlikely. So that gives Decon back the lead, probably about 8 or 9 seconds in front. And both runners indeed opt to skip the early molt. And I don't believe Decon saved. Will we see Kylo save here? Does indeed save. And resets his game. That's interesting. Just going for the manipulation. Was quite an early reset as well. We may have seen save corruption here, but let's pray that we didn't. No, we see no save corruption. Decon getting to the GD, no worries. Does have the good special, which is why he didn't opt for the save. Can still die to Screech double tap though. Yeah. Gets the Screech fail, so we're fine, and that's double critical. And Decon gets through work fine. No worries at all. Very safe fight when you have good special. Kylo with the bad special Squirtle. Having a lot more issues here. Will take more damage and will be risking the short bite on Onyx. 13 HP is safe from a tackle critical though, so there's no risk of him switching in and dying here. And Decon finishing with a 12:35. Not too bad of a Brock segment for a race. Still did get the mistake on the first minute and a couple of forest encounters, so not the greatest time. And Kylo does indeed get the bide on the bubble turn, gets 1 speedfall and the 2nd speedfall, so he is fine for the Onyx. Decon again going with the 6 escape reply. It's a new one, but the swag mart from beneath. Looks like Kylo will be about 45 seconds behind. Decon going for the straight up horn attack on the first trainer, not opting for the Leah. Interesting. This could put him in a bad position, PP management wise. And Kylo going for the 9 potions. We have seen this from Kylo in his first game. Still running with an older route. Has not done too many runs since the route has changed recently. One of our older runners has been running the game for a long time. So we'll see some older strats from Kylo, but definitely nothing wrong with taking a bit safer. Especially in a race setting like this. It looks like Kylo will get the 2-shot and the first Caterpie. Decon making short work of the first trainer, and does take the heal before the turn frame, so saves those 2 frames. Kylo not hitting the Weedle into tackle range, so does have to go for double horn attack here. And as pointed out in chat, Decon taking a little risky, not saving for short sky, but doesn't have any issues here. He's going for the Leah horn attack strat. Not going for triple horn attack or horn attack on attack tackle. Seeing the tail up there makes this fight very safe. No risk of dying to a critical. Only time lost now can be a wrap on the last turn for Mechans. Kylo as well, not killing the third frame. Does lose those 2 frames. And I believe Decon did get a 2-turn wrap, possibly. Yeah, I definitely can't see Gunner going 0 and 3. 1 and 2 possibly. 1 and 2 could definitely happen, but I just can't see Gunner going 0 and 3. But Gunner is known to take unnecessary risks in races, so anything can happen. Doesn't do too many races, so there are definitely a lack of saves and safer strats when we do see Gunner's last 2 races. Caroline taking out the Icons. Now, Kylo is at a solid HP for Mega Punch, but I doubt we'll be seeing that from him. We'll most likely be seeing the older post last minute most likely not having practiced Mega Punch. Now, we haven't seen too many runners take the Mega Punch route in the races. It is a more difficult minute than the post-last, and a lot of runners have been choosing to not risk messing that minute up because it is a very long minute and very punishing if you do fail it, because it does involve nearly 20 A presses that need to be done on the correct tile and frame perfect movement for almost 2 minutes. And Decon finishing up the final bug catcher with that 1 horn attack spare, so he will have no issues if he does indeed encounter a level 8 Pidgey as a fly. Does have that spare 1 attack. And Kylo about 1 trainer behind right now. We see Decon grinding here in the first grass. Didn't have to grind for very long though, gets to 5 Spearow, so does indeed go for the poison stone. Doesn't poison. Very solid. Kylo having 5 horn attacks will also not have any issues, unless he generally misses, if he does encounter an 8 Pidgey. Both runners look like they'll be on standard horn attack strats, so we won't have any route differences up until after the fly split. We'll most likely see a bit of a difference when the runners go off to Safari and Self Code They'll be doing it in a different order, most likely. And Kylo also seeing the 5 sphere does poison it, so that is some time loss. Decon getting that early Paris. We will be going for move experience. Looks like very safe to go for move experience when you do get that early Paris, because it does give you a large chunk of what you do need. With a level 4 Nidoran, you need 138 experience to get an earlier candy point, and that Paris does give 80, so having killed that 8 Paris, all that's needed after that is any Zubat that's level 8 or higher. So we see Decon killing a level 8 Zubat here, which does give him enough experience to get early Thrash. Apparently Decon went for Hornback on the Paris. Interesting play, not trusting himself with the yellow ball. Gets a good crit on the Magnemite there. And that early experience does give him 15 for the Voltorb, which will guarantee the 2 hit here. Or very close to guaranteeing them. Gets the critical and finishes off with a Poison Sting. So a very solid fight for Decon there. Very solid. 4 turns with 1 shake animation. Does turn up early, so he does get those 3 or 4 extra lag frames from having the NPC on screen. And walks straight up, so he gets extra 4 or 5 lag frames. We'll see if Kylo takes the correct movement and minimizes the time the NPC's on screen. Also misses the Voltorb 2-shot there. Didn't get a very good roll on the first turn. Looking like a Decon not getting a good roll on the first on Oddish can miss this range here. And does indeed miss the range on the Oddish, which is very unlucky. Now will we see Kylo go for experience. Does run away from the Zubat. And Kylo getting... Yep, Kylo also getting 6 or 7 extra lag frames. Neither runner taking the optimal movement there to grab the Red Candy and the Escape Rope. Decon evolving into Nidorino here, most likely we'll see him doing the post-last manip. Be interesting to see if we see Palette or normal manip, or the old manip, sorry. And we are seeing the old non-full manip from Decon. Kylo also taking incorrect movement to the last, getting another 4 or 5 lag frames. Guys, please. And Decon failing the manip. Will likely start that again. So this brings Kylo a little bit closer. Not too far behind now. Kylo not getting very lucky with encounters before the last year. So Decon did make a little bit of ground. Decon getting an early encounter. This may be IGT0. Or he may have messed it up again. I'm not sure. And does elect to skip resetting for the manip again. No, it does reset. Okay. So both players now on the manip tile and loading in. So we have a dead heat again. Decon that couple of seconds ahead of Detro. And Decon resaved. So it was indeed IGT. So Kylo is actually ahead now. So very interesting turnaround there. Kylo getting very unlucky with moon encounters, but so far not getting IGT'd and not messing up the minute. We do see Decon with moon experience though, which definitely will come into play later on. And Decon getting an encounter again. This may be IGT as well. This minute that both runners are using does have a high IGT rate. They've both opted to take the 52 out of 60 minutes, which basically means that of the 60 frames in a second, 8 frames that you can save on do not work. Decon going for a backup manipulate. One I have not seen. We'll just see how this works. And gets a pass. And opts to go for the whole attack. Unsure whether this levels. Triple IGT, yeah. IGT on 2, moon saves. Wowie. Some inappropriate language from Kylo. PG-13 please, Kylo. We have kids watching. But both runners do have their Paris now. Decon just finding another one just to rub it in. And does go for more moon experience. Not sure how relevant that'll be. Looks like Kylo has probably about a minute, maybe a minute lead right now, because Decon does have to evolve still and start the fight. So over there, escape over there. I was a little worried. But indeed use the Moonstone. Kylo getting an encounter on the way to the scientist, adding to his tally. Neither runner having a very clean early game. I would say a standard race time for a moon exit with no trolling or IGTs would be probably about a 27 exit. I will be seeing high 29 here from Kylo, most likely a low 30 from Decon. So both of them not getting the best luck so far this race. Decon also getting an encounter on the way to the scientist, just to keep it even with Kylo. And the swag dome fossil from Kylo, not choosing to praise Helix. It is slower to take the dome fossil, but then again, there aren't many swag race strats that do indeed save time, or are time neutral. So who's keeping track of our swag points? We had over-unders at 11.5, so I believe we've already seen we've seen 2 swag marts for Decon. We saw a swag Oak Talk. We saw a Dome swag, so we're at 4 already. So we're definitely on track for 11 plus, and we're not even an hour in. Decon opting for the more classic Helix fossil, saving those couple of seconds on Kylo. And the gap between the 2 runners sitting about a minute at the moment, with Kylo at about a 29:30 exit, and Decon with a 30:30. Still possible easily for both runners to finish sub 2, although it is getting more difficult. We'll likely be seeing high 150s, so 158.9s. If they do manage to get better times than that, it'll be definitely a credit to them. Will require a pretty solid play from here. Decon probably not able to beat his previous best race time from here. Already having a 155, yeah, 155.12 and a 156 flat. And Kylo just having the 206, so there's definite room for improvement here for Kylo. He can definitely bring that time down. So we should see Decon save some time here, as he did get running experience, so we'll have Thrash for the main key and level 20 for the Marathon. Kylo taking a lot of damage there. Does allow him to possibly get red bar through bridge, but will make it a little riskier, so we'll likely see him take a potion at some point, most likely after the last, I would say, or during the last fight. A safe play is probably to just go for the potion before the last. Decon not having a good time with Rival to get the sound attack from the video there. Paul pointed out in chat, we do see the both runners using console. Majority of runners do use emulator because it's a lot more accessible and easier to stream. The streaming Game Boy games does require a significant console setup, so you don't see it being more prevalent than emulator with how accessible emulator is. But both players playing on their actual cartridges. Kylo getting through the last, no worries. Did see Sand Attack, I didn't actually see if it hit or not, but I didn't see him getting trolled there with misses, so didn't have too bad a time there. And Kylo does not get critical and does die to the round. And there we go. The difference in mood experience changes this race dramatically. Kylo's going to have to let his Squirtle die to the seconds, which may take a while, and his other 2 slaves as well. So he might need him for a while, even if he does kill this seconds with his Squirtle. he will be short experience on his Nidoking. It'll be interesting to see what we see here from Kylo to make up this lost experience. He is indeed stolen now. Okay. Does want his quota to die because he doesn't want to lose that experience. It's probably the correct play here. Now looks like Decon will pass Kylo here. And this fight is not going well at all for Kylo. It's taking a long time to get all his slaves killed. And yeah, opting for the growl on the Spear is not optimal for his slaves dying quickly. Still has his Paris to go, but Paris does take 4 times damage from Poison Sting, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Doesn't have a choice, does have to go for the Scratch and kills the Ekans. Yes, we did see Kylo miss the Rattata range, the Hyper Fang, and then opted to risk the quick attack. And we get to see Kylo's unfortunate name for his Paris here. And finally has his team wiped, losing probably close to 3 minutes to that death. Decon will have close to a 2-0 lead here. And Kylo making it back. And we'll start again. Full HP. No chance of dying here, and probably, I was going to say, he would probably hit the Rattata range after missing the first time, but misses around both times. It's about a 65% range, so pretty unlikely to miss that twice. Seconds is about a 56% range, but he gets that one. Decon on the rocket. (26 HP). This is interesting HP for Decon. It's probably not low enough that he could go for the Leer Horn attack strat on the Machop and be confident of getting Red Bar. Though it would need the critical from Karate Chop, which is only about 70% chance. But if he did get the critical from the Grey Chop, it would put him in a very good position to get Red Bar. Quite a safe play to go for the Leon attack on the Machop, because it does give you that leeway with Thrash, and does opt for the Horn attack on Machop, so quite a safe play. Doesn't get the critical though, so pretty unlucky there. If he does get the double tackle from Geodude here, he can still get a solid Red Bar, but less likely to get Red Bar now, because he does need that double tackle. 3 chances to critical here, and even if he does not get a crit, he can still get a 4-turn Thrash. Doesn't get the Red Bar, but gets the 4-turn Thrash and crit on the last turn just to rub it in. I believe that's the Swag Elixir pickup. That's a new one. So we're at 5 swag points right now. Getting towards our base market of 11.5. So it looks like Decon will, I believe, take this Red Bar. Is it Red Bar? No. Not anymore. Loves that. Can get red bar back from the Rattata. And Kylo finishing up no bridge at 40 flat. After he had a 29-30 exit, so he's losing about 3 minutes to that death. So Decon with about a 2-minute lead now. Big change, big swing in that split. A death costing Kylo. Kylo also opting for the 1-flag strat on the Mishap. Probably a little bit suboptimal to go for that at full HP, as he didn't get move experience. And switching out would not have cost him anything, but let's go for it regardless. And interesting to see what Decon opts for Misty, whether he'll go in at the standard attempt HP, which is mid-40s, or if he'll heal to full and play it very safe. I think at this point, with a lead like Decon has, healing to full is definitely a very smart play. If he does opt for the riskier HP, the death to Misty can definitely make this race close again. Not seeing the swag PC from Decon here, a little disappointing. Was expecting a swag ghost PC, but we didn't get to see that one today. Still sitting at that 5 swag points. I was probably a little I underestimated the amount of swag we would see from our runners today. It does heal to full, so just taking it very safe. Definitely the correct play in Decon's situation, I believe. Doesn't need to go for any red bar here. Can still die at full HP because the Misty fight is like that sometimes. Misty fight can go wrong in a few ways. You can see X defend and then not get the 4-turn thrash, or you can get speedfall by Vol Beam and die that way. Because you're locked into thrash, if you get speedfalled, you don't have the option to switch out to restore your speed. He is safe from Volley critical and is saving as well. So I don't think we don't usually see saves and full HP Misties very often, but Decon just playing it extremely safe. Kylo just going widescreen for a second there. Just going for the real swag. Widescreen swag. So we'll see how Decon goes with Misty here. Want to see Water Gun turn 1. Guarantee the win. It's Bowl Beam. Non-crit and non-speedfall, so very good fight there. Very solid. Decent HP for Decon going to the next split. Now I didn't see how much... oh, Kylo wouldn't have had to heal. That's right. So not healing in that menu. Just going to go straight into Misty, because it still did have that HP when walking back to the center. Be interesting to see if we see a save from Kylo here. Probably will. Doesn't do blood safe. Kelly with that 43 minute save. Not sure what we saw out of Decon, but it was a 39, I believe, so Kelly 4 minutes IGT behind Decon. As Decon did the IGT that a few times. So Kylo in range to die to power being critical here, but otherwise quite a safe HP. And sees the water gun, so free fight here. Both runners getting through Misty, no worries, both coming out with about 40 HP. Very safe HP from this boy. Not going to have any issues with Boy Rival or the two trainers before the meeting. Will be interesting to see if either runner goes for Rock Tunnel Red Bar. I think at Decon's position, not going for it would be the correct play. Doesn't need to take any unnecessary risks right now. Can just coast along here and just rely on the current lead he has and his execution to get him through the rest of the run. We will, without Decon getting extremely unlucky and dying to general misses or just making bad decisions on taking unnecessary risks, Kyle needs to go for some riskier strats like Rock Tunnel Red Bar, Swift Red Bar possibly, although I doubt we'll see that out of Kyle. Still a fair few gatekeepers to come though. Some fights that you can't do anything about, like Black Belt and Lance. So I see Decon entering the lane here. And this will give us our first idea of what we're going to see. Decon does sell fine, but does have the antidote, so we still, I think we will see Blizzard from Decon. We're getting the Surge encounter, just continuing his bad luck with encounters for the run. It's that extra step in the grass, doesn't get punched. So it's Decon going into Boy Rival here. Very safe fight at this HP, but this, in terms of actual, if someone was going for World Record attempts, this is one of the hardest fights in the run, just because you want to be going into this fight at around the low 20s to high teens HPs. You're going to take good red bar, low red bar out of this fight to set you up for the fly split. And Decon playing very safe, not going for the 4-turn thrash. Has the HP to tank a crit Hyperfang, and goes for the potion, playing around that crit quick attack. And he would have indeed died, so very well played from Decon there. Very well played indeed. Would have died exactly, still having that 20 HP from the potion. Now we see Kylo summoning the Mega and Bide. Pretty consistent with what we've seen from him throughout the tournament. Just going with the standard Ice Beam and early Safari. That's fine. Yeah, early Safari. Strats. So we'll see the players on the same tile for about 10 seconds, or 10 frames, 17 frames. Crossing paths there before boat rival. Kylo didn't teach Bubble Beam here. Before boat rival. Not sure as to why. Shouldn't have any issues with his one-attack PP. This HP is fine. Usually when you want to teach Bubble Beam before that fight, if you have to manual question. Does want the animation saves from the Bubble Beam. One difference that I haven't talked about for anyone that is newer to watching Pokemon speedruns, there are two different types of move animations we see throughout the run. Or I guess three. We see flash animation, shake animation, and then we see the double shake, which we see for Thrash and Glide. The flash animation is for any move that has no secondary effects. So moves like Horn Attack that just do damage and nothing else. And then we see the shake animation, which is 50 frames faster than the flash. We see for moves that have a secondary effects like Bubble Beam, which can Speedfall, Poison Sting, which can poison, Thunderbolt, which can paralyze, etc. So whenever they're able, you see runners opting to use moves like Bubble Beam, Thunderbolt, Poison Sting to finish stuff off at low HP. You'll see them do it even when the moves may be not very effective or super effective. Even though you do get that extra text box, it is still faster getting that shake animation compared to the flash. Band, not full, band. Decon's taking 23 HP in here. Interesting to see if he opts to take Confusion hit. I guess a bottom Thrash, so no worries there. Actually, he may have Bubble Beamed and crit the Ultimate, but I didn't catch that one. Kylo exiting SSN. We'll see him swap his repels up and teach Dig, and then do Cansmith. And Decon. Exiting Surge's gym, finishing Surge around 53:30. Is there reasonable race time? So both runners accidentally going to options there. Not being familiar with where the cursor is after that menu. Will we see an IGT-0 here from Kylo? Gets the first can, and gets the second can. So no IGTs for either runner on Surge cans. So I think during this race we did see, I think 3 IGTs, all from Decon. Yet still in the lead. Decon not teaching Thunderbolt over Evolving. So yeah, good start. I've seen 1 or 2 winners do that in their races. Not conducive to good times when you do that. And Kylo getting through Surge. I was going to say no worries, but does have to switch out. I'm not going to risk hitting himself in confusion there. Would have been fine, would have been able to take 2 hits there, but wants to conserve his HP, most likely. Going for the Whirlwind range here. Misses the range. Slow Surge fight for Kylo. Looks like he'll be about 2.5 minutes behind. Definitely will need to see Kylo going for a tunnel red bar here if he has any chance of catching Decon without something going seriously wrong for Decon, like an option trainer. Or Gen on Misdeath. This HP for Kylo, I think the best play for him would be to go for Bone Club red bar. Decon getting through 4-turn Thrash Kill and no worries. Still taking that mid-20s HP. Not quite red bar, but doesn't need to take any risks here. Next big fight for Decon will be the Oddish Trainer in Rock Tunnel. About a 50-50 range, including criticals on the Oddish. And it does have some pretty troll moves, can paralyze and put you to sleep. And because you're locked into Thrash, you just have to pray to wake up. And because Gen 1 is an amazing game, sleep can last a long time. Have seen deaths to 9-10 sleep. Kylo just showing off his FBE emitter. And Decon does actually go for the Rock Tunnel red bar here, taking the risk. We'll probably see him save for the Oddish Trainer. Much more risky at this HP, does die to 2 absorbs. I see Kylo on 4-turn Thrash Gal here. This fight can go pretty poorly if you don't get the 4-turn, choose to fight through, hit yourself in confusion. Kylo gets through, no worries, fights through confusion, and there's no issues with that fight. Decon also critting the Oddish. Did have experience. Completely forgot about that. So Decon, no worries at all, so actually a good play there to go for a bar, because he had nothing to worry about in that fight. I completely forgot he didn't have to switch out on top hiker. First time I've seen 35 in a while without hitting an optional train. But yes, the Bellsprout on the 14 fight has Wrap and Sleep Powder, I believe, so not a good moveset that you want to be giving a turn. Kylo opting for the safe movement, going over the top of the hiker. Does take 2 extra steps, but for some people, it's worth doing to avoid any chance of hitting that hiker trainer. And Decon gets through Rock Tunnel. optional loss, which is very handy. And we do see Cubone Red Bar here. Do we see the critical? Yes, we do. Cubone claims another. That's pretty much it for Kyle's chances of catching up, I think. Had to take that risk. If he didn't take that risk... Are we stuck in a soft lock here? I believe... don't think Cubone has a damaging move that's not ground type. So I think we may be stuck in a soft lock. So Spear are going to take out this Cubone 1 damage at a time. Let's see if Kyle realizes and switches out to Squirtle. Not sure it'll make much difference though, so at this point I don't think Squirtle's going to be able to take the Cubone out. But yeah, getting pretty unlucky and dying to the Club critical. Yes, second time we've seen it for this one. This is going to be probably 5 minutes lost. So we'll see a huge gap between the runners. So at this point, Decon basically just has to try and get the best time he can for seeding purposes. Still with the possibility of beating his current best time, but we'll need a flawless run basically from here. And it looks like Hello is sick of this Cubone, not doing anything to him. Yeah, very unfortunate way to see this race end. Very unlucky from Kylo there. Again, the Bone Claw crit. Cubone has a very low crit rate. Decon not watching where the girl went, having to reset the floor going up and down the stairs. Yeah, for those who just come into the stream or missed it, we did see Cubone Bone Club crit, and now we're soft locked on the Cubone. So it'll be interesting to see how many levels the Spirit gets. We'll probably see him get to level 10 here. Go for the 12x. 1, 2 specs, and probably 6 speeds. We stand by. Level 8. It's technically not a soft lock, but there's no other way to get out of this fight other than just killing it with a spear. Kylo red barring with his pass. Trying to take out the sticker. So it's the Decon Fly Mini here. Teaching Rock Slide. Will we see him teach One drill, have we already? Yeah, we started to teach one drill. So it does look like we're going to see T-bolt times 4 on the final trainer in the tower here. Decon setting up on the Growlithe, pretty standard with this HP. And it doesn't get burned, so good fighting in Decon. Yeah, so this sets up an interesting group now with Decon finishing 3-0. Still with 2 matches to be played for the group. Kylo v Gunnar and Gunnar v Decon. If Gunnar loses either match, it'll see the bomb make it into the bracket stage. But if Gunnar manages to win both of his matches, we'll see Gunnar progress. And we see Decon die to the Galaxy Trainer. Because red is shit. And Rock Slide misses, playing more than 10% of the time. Takes out one Glichless to Paris. Probably not the first time Decon's beat these Glichless with only Paris. Probably see him possibly heal his Paris here. Squirtle is not going to have an easy time taking these Glichless out, and doesn't heal his Paris. Interesting. We may see him wipe here. And Decon manages to get through without having to wipe. And still won't have any issues with the experience, even missing those 2 Glichless. Just skipping the elixir there. So we have an interesting next couple of days of the tournament. Have a few scheduled races. One in a little under 10 hours from now. We have Anak versus Problem Stroll. Should be a very interesting matchup. Two close to evenly matched players there, with Problem Stroll probably having the slight advantage. Then we see Snorms versus Ferlin around this time tomorrow. Should be a good watch. I recommend everyone get around that game. We also have Osu Bluebuck playing 3 matches in 2 days as a late replacement for Kevin Hero Free for Group G, I believe. So definitely a lot of interesting matches coming up in the next few days. Not too long now until the group stages ends. I think we just saw Decon accidentally thrash the first round. Gets through, no worries, gets the 4-turn thrash, and gets a screech miss from the Golbat, so no issues there. Why does he have thrash? Did he teach over Thunderbolt? Did he teach over Thunderbolt? No. What? Wonder. So he has no Bubble Beam. Interesting. So no Bubble Beam for Decon here. Definitely an unconventional move order. Might have some issues with the Rhyhorn in Silphco without Bubble Beam. We have to go with early Earthquake because he did teach over Bubble Beam. Let's see if he gets... No, he still has Thrash. This moveset's confusing me. Having T-Bolt and Thrash and Horn Drill and Rock Slide still just were really strange. No, we actually saw Decon get Ice Beam. I don't know what I'm talking about. Why did I don't know. No, Decon's doing old strats. I don't know why I thought he was doing Blizzard, but no, this is fine. We're just seeing 2015 strats. It's fine. So we'll see early Safari, yeah. So Decon taking the center. And we'll see him go off to Safari. Decon will is basically just continuing. I'm seeing early Sylph. Okay then, I'm really confused. Is this just Ice Beam strats with late EQ? I have no idea. But yeah, Decon can theoretically still beat his 155-12, but he'll need the run to go extremely well from here on to be able to beat that time. So at this point, Decon's just basically finishing the race because he has to. Yeah, I do believe Decon's PB is actually his time from the first race with Gunner. I believe he PB'd in that race. Because he hasn't done runs for basically 2 years. So I hadn't done any PB attempts before that, just some practice for the tournament. Decon with the swag Swift Doors. New one. Ice Beam teach before Swift Rival. And teaches over Thrash. Interesting strats we're seeing from Decon here. I think we're at 7, yep. So we just need 5 more from Decon, which I don't think we'll have any issues with. And it's just going for the standard X-Speed, X-Act, Drill times 5 fight here. I'm going for Super Bar, even though he had very solid HP to go for it. I'll put the Rock Slide in the ground. Saving that X-Act, Horn Drill. Not sure why. Because I believe we'll be seeing Decon listen for the next fight anyway, so I'm unsure whether the Rock Sliding Degrowl there was necessary or not. Actually, we'll have Ice Beam for the next fight, so we'll likely drill the Drowsy and then we'll listen before Giovanni, which is most likely why I use Rock Slide on the Growlithe. So we did see a forfeit out of Kylo. He died twice. Once on Nugget Bridge, where he lost about 3 minutes, and then he died to a crit Bone Club from Cubone in Rock Tunnel, which lost him 4 or 5 minutes, and then just decided not to continue, which I don't blame him for. Stalling on the Drowsy, takes some damage. Wants to try and get his HP a little lower for Koga, so he can die to self-destruct. Yeah, Kylo forfeit about 20 minutes ago. Decon with another swag door, so we're up to, I think, 8 swag points now. Very good effort from Decon. I think Decon has all of the swag points so far. I think Kylo contributed. So Decon carrying the team right now. And sees the cards making mid arena, so we're probably going to see some stall on the Hypno. Not quite low enough that he'll die to self-destruct yet. So we'll want to take either a Headbutt or a Confusion. So we're seeing Decon doing the late EQ here, skipping an optional trainer, and getting Earthquake after Giovanni, which is a new strat. Coined in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I believe Carlo's last save was before Surge, so it was probably about 5 or 6 minutes behind where he was, so there was no real good play for him. Just no way of him not losing a bunch of time that at this point of the race was nearly impossible to save. And side candy? No, fail side candy from Decon. Disappointing. Right, we're going to count that as -1 swag points. So we're back at 7. And too far on the BB. Maybe. So here we'll see Decon doing a newer menu. Hopefully we see him swap Earthquake or PB up in his bag. I do indeed. I'll save him scrolling all the way down again. And does do Earthquake in slot 2. Question is, do we see cutting to the bushes? And well executed as well, so no worries at all there. Good menuing. And we'll see Decon's taking a 4-star here. Still has his first 4-star from earlier, but just wants to be extra safe. And does take that one. And all the good stacks accuracy, there's a little bit of time. Why is Decon still continuing? He still needs to complete the race, and although he has already won this race, his time may matter. Alright, for seeding, I don't think it will actually matter, but just for the race to count, he does need to finish. But in the situation where a tie could occur in the group, the best time of the 3 races that the runner has completed will be used to split the 2 runners that are tied. So in the event that there could be a tie, having a good time could matter. Not going to be a problem for Decon though, because he did go three wins and no losses in his group, so no chance of a tie. Yeah, we have seen a big forfeit rate in the races so far. Definitely higher than I expected. I definitely expected probably 1 or 2 forfeits total, but we've seen a lot. A lot of them, to be fair, being contributed by one runner, having forfeited all 3 of these races. But we have seen some excellent races so far this tournament. The Decon Gunner race was excellent. We saw some other very close races as well. And as we get into the bracket stage, we'll be seeing some excellent races. Decon trying his best to stall for damage here. He should be low enough now that he will die to a self-destruct. For those that are new to Red speedruns in general, we take an intentional death on the Koga fight here. The XP we lose from the wheezing isn't relevant. We basically stall for the wheezing to use self-destruct to kill itself and Decon, and then we revive and Decon after the fight using rare candies to put us at a low HP so that we can red bar the next 6 or 7 fights, which saves 2 or 3 minutes. Does make a few of those fights riskier though. The main ones that you can die to being Black Belt and Bruno. And does get a self-destruct on the wheezing. No worries at all. Yeah, Jim versus Araya was an excellent game. Excellent race. But yes, taking the intentional death there to manipulate low HP for the next 20 minutes. So we'll see him next to the gym here, and depending on what strat he's doing, looks like he'll be menuing Power Town, grabbing strength here, and then we'll see him teach Surf and candy his King 3 times to revive it, and then we'll see him go to Cinnabon Mansion and then do the gym gauntlet, where he will basically smash out 4 gyms in about 14 minutes. Well, 14 minutes including Mansion, so more like 10 minutes for the last 4 gyms. We're seeing Candy in front of the house here, also teaching strength early. We'll be biking to the water here. Does not Candy Squirtle. Why was there a forfeit? Kylo had two deaths. Died on Nugget Bridge to a quick attack and to a critical Bone Club in Rock Tunnel, and those 2 deaths lost him about a combined 8 or 9 minutes, so at that point it was nearly impossible for him to catch up. Just giving us a little trainer card flash there. Menuing on the 4th or 5th tile there. That Repel should get him almost exactly to the secret key. Should wear out on the final tile. A good little Repel strat that one. Usually we see runners Repel and teach strength on that tile to get the cursor at the bottom of the menu for the Blizzard teach. But because we saw Ice Beam from Decon, we won't be seeing any move teaching at the end here. We'll just be seeing Decon grab the secret key and dig out. Unless he grabs the candies. We did also see a swag mansion switch there, so we're back up to 8 swag points now. After he did lose those that point for failed swag on the rare candy. And we see a different gym order here from Decon. On normal Blizzard strats, we would see Erica first, but because Decon is on Ice Beam, we see him do Blaine first to get that special badge boost, which will let him deal with Erica much easier. We'll see if we see any swag questions here. Oh, failed swag. So that one doesn't count. So I'm not giving him any points for that one, because he did fail the first time. Not swagging this question. This is always an interesting question to do these swag 10 frame on. Because if you do it to the right hand side, if you do miss it, you can accidentally talk to the trainer, which we have seen once, I believe, on the first couple of days of the tournament we saw that. So just breezing through these questions. It looks like he's just answering yes to every question, but if you mash B, it'll answer no. So he's basically the order that you mash for Blaine's questions is A, B, 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 A, B. Saves you having to menu to no. Does the agility from Growl, and does not get turned to a sweep question. When are we going to see an elixir from Decon? That's the question. PP management will be interesting. And we are seeing Erica second here. This gym order is about a second slower, I believe. It is faster to bike from Celadon than to fly to Saffron first. And no risk for Decon here. Does have Ice Beam, so... Well, I say that, but then he misses Ice Beam. Interesting. But doesn't get punished for that Gen 1 miss. Now I've seen more misses from Ice Beam than I have on Blizzard on that execute in the tournament so far, which is interesting. For those who don't know, in Gen 1, because of poor coding basically, even 100% accurate moves like Ice Beam have a 0.4% or 1 in 256 chance to miss. Which we just saw from Decon. That can go very poorly if you miss on a file like Sabrina. Even missing on Erica there, the Victory Bell and Bioplane can both kill you. The Execute being basically one of the safest things to miss on because it has no way of damaging you. The Tangler also is quite safe to miss on, although Gym Freak would probably argue otherwise, but we don't talk about that. 5-turn bind doesn't exist. And Decon accidentally taking the wrong telepad. And it's a really gym. Did all that stuff, so not gonna see any issues with Decon in this fight. Just gonna EQ 4 times. Didn't forget to elixir. Now, why did Kylo forfeit? Kylo took 2 deaths early on and lost him nearly 10 minutes, so there was no way for him to catch up basically. Pretty bad luck, both of his deaths. Yeah, we don't see a Gen 1 miss to come on Sabrina, so should be fine. Not too many more Gen 1 misses can end the run. He's had his Gen 1 miss for the day anyway. Just on execute. Now you see runners digging out after taking that telepad. You can actually dig out on the tile next to Sabrina, but it's actually faster to take telepad first and then teleport because it actually skips the digging out animation. So that animation is actually takes longer than walking to the telepad, which is an interesting little optimization. Seeing Decon take a save for Black Belt, very standard. One of the last fights. That can kill the run. Going for the X special strats, and there's no warriors with Black Belt, it's the X attack. And Decon Clear through black belt. Bit of an execution stretch here. Can't really die Giovanni unless the general misses. Can't die to Regan Rival unless he uses the wrong move. Can't die to Lorelei unless he forgets to switch to Flyer, or Lorelei General misses his Flyer. So the next real fight that's dangerous is Bruno. It'll be interesting to see if he saves or I don't know. So the format for this tournament was a group stage. So there were four players in each group. Everyone plays each other, so 3 matches per group. So everyone gets to play 3 matches, and then top 2 from each group go through to the bracket stage single elimination. Doesn't get the crit on the right arm. Yeah, there aren't very many deaths in this run that are quick. Decon actually did have one of the faster deaths in this run. He died to the Ghastly Trainer in Lavender Tower, and then finished off the Ghastlies with his Paris. One of the faster deaths. That one. Still lost him probably about a minute because he died to the first Ghastly, so he did need to take out 2 Ghastlies with his Paris, which was only level 10. So this is the basically freeze fight in the run. There is no possible way to die in this fight without using the wrong move. And Decon not holding B through these tech crosses. That time in the end. Yeah. And does crit the Pidgeot, so good fight for him. Very good fight. That Pidgeot is normally a 2-shot, but can die to a critical. There is no chance of Gen 1 missing on this fight. One thing you'll see through the Gen 1 run is the use of X accuracies. Always combined with Horn Drill. Horn Drill being a 30% accurate move, but guarantees the KO as long as you outspeed the poke you use it on. Unlike commonly thought, it goes off outspeeding your opponent rather than outleveling, which I believe is the mechanic in later games. But the use of X accuracies in Gen 1, basically it removes the accuracy check. So once an X accuracy has been used, then accuracy basically is not a concept for the rest of the fight. Everything just hits, which makes Horn Drill extremely strong. And Horn Drill is abused for this reason throughout the run. So Re-Unravel, because you do use that X accuracy, and because the Pidgeot cannot damage you, means there is no possible way to die. Interesting thing about the run and how we abuse Gen 1 AI is depending on trainer AI, if an enemy's poke has a move that's super effective against you, it will use it. So moves like Reflect, Barrier, Agility, they're all psychic type. So if a poke has those moves, it will use it against you. If the trainer has quote-unquote good AI. So on Viridian Rival, the Pidgeot has Agility. So it will only use Agility on your Decon because it's Psychic type, which is super effective against Poison. Which means you can basically set up on that Pidgeot for free. Yeah, we didn't see Friskus or Hassel in this race using Nido Queen. We have seen some interesting strats from runners. Decon just getting on and off the back. Let's see if he can finish off his 5 points. We have seen, I think, 9 points so far from Decon, and I think over-unders for our swag points market was 11.5. So if Decon can pull off 3 swag boulders, it'll put him above our expected time. So you'll see on the next fight, Lorelei, Gen 1 AI again is abused. Because basically the Dugong has 2 moves that are super effective against the Nukin, either Rest or Aurora Beam. And if you try and set up an X accuracy on the first turn, it's 50-50 to use either Rest or Aurora Beam, so you have a 50-50 chance of dying, basically, if you're in red bar. Whereas there's 1 swag boulder, we need 2 more, and 1 more, and Decon hits 12, 13, 14, 15, excellent showing from Decon, 16 points in the end, very solid run in terms of swag. Can he get the cherry on top with the swag final PC here? But yeah, as you'll see, does get the swag PC, tops off a very good run, and is going in with Paris too, just for the ultimate swag. So you see runners either use their Paris or their Flyer. Generally Flyer is faster, because Paris is a long cry, but you see Decon switch out and land behind. You see Decon here switch out to his Slave, because it will guarantee that the Dugong does use Aurora Beam on turn 1, and then as Lorelei's AI works, it is guaranteed to use Rest on turn 2. So you get that free turn of setup for your X accuracy. We have seen a lot of forfeits. I would say one main reason is in the group stages we have had some less experienced runners. Some of whom have caught female Nidorans early on and decided that shit, this was a bad plan, and they've given up. But yeah, this game is very optimized, and things like deaths early on can make catching up extremely difficult. Deaths like the one Kylo had on Nugget Bridge that lose 3 minutes. Very difficult to recover from. You almost have to rely on your opponent dying a bunch of times, or play extremely risky. And yeah, Decon not going for the save there. It's about a 2 or 3% chance to die to Bruno. Can get slam critical, which is very low chance. We've seen it a couple of times so far this tournament. Yeah, exactly as BBC said. As you get towards the late game, really, once you get past Koga, there are only really Bruno, Black Belt, Lance that can kill you. Maybe Champion, maybe Agatha. We do see Decon save for Agatha here. Pretty standard. Either save it for Agatha or Bruno. We don't normally see people save for both because they are so close together. Opting for the Agatha save here rather than the Bruno save. Agatha can go poorly if you get confused. But Decon getting Nightshade here gets his red bar. Now we'll want a critical on the Gobat, or a non-critical wing attack for that deep red bar. How is Nidoqueen worse than Nidoking? Basically, Nidoqueen's moveset is worse. Its base stats are worse, and it is just slower. Some of the biggest differences are Nidoran female learning Scratch instead of Horn Attack, and getting Body Slam instead of Thrash. They're two of the biggest differences. So, and having lower base attack and base speed. It's just probably 10-15 minutes slower than Nidoking. The second fastest poke to finish the game with is actually Clefable, and then Squirtle / Blastoise is probably the third fastest. Decon, just one more thing to get through. We did get hazed. Hits himself in confusion, but gets through. Clefable is pretty fast because you can catch it at a high level, and then it gets access to Stab, Mega Punch, and Body Slam early on. So having access to 120 base power moves early on is pretty nice. And then its special stat is pretty solid as well. So it gets to make use of moves like Psychic, Thunderbolt, Blizzard. So we see Decon going into Lance here, so get your Lance to sides out, guys. Because crit Hydro Pump can be bad. Doesn't get crit, but also doesn't get crit bar. Oh, that's going to be a reset for Decon. Accidentally using the X accuracy on the Dragonair. Still... Can this still sub 2 is the question. Most likely no. I don't think it can. It'll be a low 2-hour time, I think, now with that reset. Unless he gets perfect red bar, but he'll need a perfect roll from this Gyarados. Doesn't get it. And Gen 1 misses the Dragonair. It's fine though. Dragonair only has agility. Falling apart a little bit with Decon here at the end. And now I can just spam my speed, so finish with Lance, just champion to go now. Could be... no. Yeah, just can't sub 2, but only just. Yeah, with no heal. And no save, he could probably get a 2 hours 15 seconds. But he's going to heal and save most likely. Not saving, but he'll still save HP. So he can tank 2 wing attacks or a wing attack critical here. And if he gets turn on Sky Attack, he can Super Potion to save HP. Sky Attack critical will always kill there, even at full HP. And it does have his full slot too. Mirror moves, so this is free. Decon finishing off here with a pretty respectable time. Just over mid 2 hours time here. Considering he got IGT 0'd 3 times, and then had his death in Lavender Tower, and also had to reset on Lance. This is a solid run from Decon. We saw Kylo earlier have to drop out because he did lose nearly 10 minutes to a couple of deaths in the early or mid game. But up until Nugget Bridge, this was a very close race where Kylo made a slight misplay and didn't play around Quick Attack, which ended up basically ending his run, which forced him to go for the risk in Rock Tunnel. So yeah, congrats to Decon. Very solid race there from him. Yeah, this doesn't quite make it under 2 hours. It takes about a minute 15, minute 14 from finishing that fight till Horfen's finished. Yes, and he does have Paris as a slave, so it might be a 1:16. So we're looking at like a 2 hours, 0 minutes, 40 seconds, which is definitely respectable. So yeah, a bit of a P, but we didn't get to see both runners finish. But we still got to see a pretty solid run from Decon, so pretty entertaining race. And I think we'll have Decon join the channel shortly for some post-match comments. Welcome, Decon. Congratulations.
Thanks. I mean, I got the win. That's really all that matters. I played really bad and got a lot of bad luck, but it's okay.
Yeah, you got... how are you feeling after you got IGT'd on the Nitto catch and then IGT'd twice on the moon manips?
It wasn't IGT on Nitto, I just messed up the movement. And I got another Nitto, so I just didn't know if that one was good, so I decided to reset and take the one I know is good.
Yeah,
and
that was fair enough.
I got IGT'd 3 times in a row in Mount Moon. I don't know
3
how.
times in a row? Yeah, the 52 out of 60 manip not being friendly there.
Yeah, I was I didn't really practice much this week, but I should have learned palette manip. I've been meaning to, and I got immediately punished. And then I went for my backup manip that I use in Paris percent. That doesn't give a Paris at the end of Moon. It gives a Geodude, but I can modify it to give nothing. I went for it and got IGT'd into Paris. So
I saw that. I was wondering if that was intentional because I did notice that the Paris was quite early.
Yeah, that was not intentional. And then somehow Paris saved the day in Tower.
Yeah, I was surprised that it took out the second Ghastly. What was it, 8 HP?
Yeah, and confused and hit through, I think, 5 turns of confusion in a row.
Yeah,
and then broke out.
It's a solid effort. Were you following Kyle's run?
I heard he died on bridge and had to go back to the center. So like I knew I was behind before that, of course, and then I pulled ahead.
Lost about 3 minutes there, so you I think you were about a minute behind coming out of Moon, and then that death put you about 2 minutes in front.
How close was it before he died in Rock Tunnel?
I think he was about 2.5. I think you saved about 30 seconds on him between his death and the start of Rock Tunnel because he had to switch out on Surge, and then he went for Rock Tunnel Red Bar and got crit by Cubone. Yeah,
that's a really bad spot. We saw Araya die there, and he lost about 5 minutes from it. But
yeah, because of the Cubone not being able to kill the flyer. It's a pretty bad spot to die.
So he would have been like, what, I guess 7.5 minutes behind there?
Yeah, I think he lost 5 or 6 minutes on that fight easily, just doing 1 damage at a time.
I think even with how bad I played in the end game, it would have been too much, but I mean, I lost a lot of time in various places, so...
Yeah, I think at that point it was nearly impossible for him to catch up without you Gen 1 missing and dying to Sabrina or something. There are a few Gen 1 misses there that didn't end up mattering, but...
Gen 1 miss Dragonair? Feels good.
Dragonair and the Execute, and there are a couple there. That was the first miss on the Execute I've seen so far in the tournament, including Blizzard strats, so...
Yeah, Blizzard doesn't miss there, but I do. That's
no,
funny.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, very solid race. Thank you for joining for commentary. I think you're done with your races now. So 3-0, so very solid group stage for you.
I guess, like, if you just go by PBs, I played to my opponents. I had my best race against my best opponent, and I had my worst race against my worst opponent in terms of PBs. So,
yeah, you definitely picked one to have your best best times for sure.
Could have gone either way because I wouldn't have beat DeBombstu with this time, and I wouldn't have beat Gunner with either of my other 2 times. So I'm just happy to be moving on.
Yeah, it definitely worked out pretty well, and should be interesting bracket stage. Not sure how the but we definitely should have some good games. Looks like all the top 2 runners from each group should be up to a pretty good standard, so it's going to be very interesting.
I was hoping to improve my time for seeding, but I knew as soon as I got out of Mount Moon that 154 was pretty dead. So
yeah, having lost 4 minutes coming out of Moon was going to make it so that you needed pretty flawless rest of the run to get that 154.
I was doing pretty well up through Fly, and then Tower happened. So
yeah, that pretty much was the nail in the coffin for that 154. But I think we've only seen the 154 so far this tournament, so not too many runners posting times like that yet. The low 155 should get you a pretty good seed for the bracket stage.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for having me in the interview.
All right, no worries. Thank you for the race. Very entertaining to watch.
All right, no problem. See ya.
All right, see you, man. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I believe we have Link to the Past randomizer race shortly on this channel. But thank you guys all for watching. My name was Norms, and this was the Pokemon Red tournament between Decon Stream and Kylo, with Decon taking it out in 2 hours 38 seconds, and being Kylo, who didn't manage to finish after some pretty poor luck in the mid game. For the rest of the next Red matches, we have Anak versus Problem Stroll in about 9 hours. That'll be on Speed Gaming 2. We also have Furlim and myself racing about this time tomorrow. That'll also be on Speed Gaming 2. And then we have, for the rest of that day, a couple more matches from the Paper Guy, Problem Stroll, Anak, Osu group. And then on Saturday we have another match from that group, another of my matches. And then on Monday we have probably one of the most hype matches for the rest of the scheduled games, which is Divine versus Pokeguy, which should be excellent to watch. That one is 10 PM Eastern Daylight Time on Monday, so everyone should get around that match. That'll be pretty hype, and that will be on Speed Gaming. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next races.